Hello, sixth graders. Welcome to the first lesson in our Mosa Mack roller coaster energy project. This lesson will take 2 days, and tomorrow during our Zoom, we'll be able to talk about some of the activities you're completing today. So make sure that you do your warm up and take a look here at the agenda. You can see the warm up is right here. The video recording lesson that I'm making right now will be linked here, and the link to the lesson 1 lesson plan document is here. So our goal for today is to do some of the Mosa Mack mind map vocab slides, and I'll go over that with you in just a moment. And to complete this graded activity, this is an online worksheet that will take you to a few different websites to explore potential and kinetic energy. Now, lesson 1 hinges a lot on the Mosa Mack video from the entry event. So if you have not done that yet, make sure you take a moment to watch the Mosa Mack entry event video on potential and kinetic energy. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's click on lesson 1 and see what we have in store for us. We can see that this is going to take us a couple class periods. Here is the first warm up. The driving question is easy to find in Echo as soon as you click on the project briefcase. So make sure that you know what the driving question is and write it down. So for today's vocabulary work, I took the Mosa Mack mind map activity that is very similar to what we did in the adaptation project, but instead of cutting and pasting and gluing vocab words, I created the same activity in a Google slide. So you'll need to make a copy of this. This is what it looks like. It's the exact same picture that I would have printed out for you. And you're going to take a look at this roller coaster scenario and the vocab definitions, and then you are going to pull the boxes with the vocab words into the location you believe they go. So there are some clues, but remember, this is supposed to be kind of tricky. This is supposed to really get your mind activated. This is definitely something that I would put in my folder for the project, since this is not an assignment that you turn in. This is just us taking notes. You can bring this file with you, have a tab open when we have our Zoom tomorrow, and we can talk about where all of these cards go. So this is just to introduce you to some key vocabulary words from the Mosa Mack program. Now, the actual activity today that is graded is linked right here. It's called Lesson 1, Exploring Potential and Kinetic Energy. And I really like this worksheet because it gives you a chance to go to some different interactive websites to look at kinetic and potential energy in 2 different scenarios. So I do have a virtual roller coaster, and you're going to watch the roller coaster animation and find out where the kinetic and potential energy is the greatest. And there's a really cool way that they measure that. You're going to look for the work being done on the roller coaster, where it's going fastest, and a hypothetical question of what would happen to roller coaster speed if there was no friction in a roller coaster. The second part of this activity will take you to a virtual pendulum, and a pendulum is kind of like that bob and the grandfather clocks that go back and forth. And it's a different situation than the roller coaster, but it still demonstrates potential and kinetic energy. So you're going to go through the virtual pendulum swing lab, and you're going to answer these questions. Now, when you're finished, you can find the Dropbox right here in the project folders. You're going to turn in the worksheet for today right here in the Dropbox. And I do have to change this grading a little bit since we're not working on this together in classes. Okay, so that is all you need to do for the first part of lesson 1. Now, when we meet tomorrow during the Zoom, we'll talk about the mind map slides, and then I will finish up lesson 1 with another Mosa Mack video and an exit ticket in Echo. Please, please, please make sure that you wait to do this, because we're going to talk a lot about potential and kinetic energy in our Zoom, and I'd hate for you to do the exit ticket early, because you only get one chance and it is graded for knowledge and thinking points. So make sure you do the mind map slide, make sure you do the worksheet and submit it on Echo, and we will see you tomorrow for day 2 of lesson 1.